let your mouth be slow to say anything before the Lord. That's number one. But Deuteronomy 27:28 explains what's happening to us.
That's right.
Blessed be thee if you do as him. But if you don't do it, you know what it is.
That's right. So all the curses written down in the book of Deuteronomy are going to be upon them, right? Not upon us anymore. Once we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Once we get the kingdom, we will never fall down again, right? Go ahead.
Then the book of Psalm, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They've done what?
That lifted up the head.
So they're very prideful of the fact that they torn us down. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They've done what?
Taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So they're taking crafty counsel against our people. You know this? You know this information, brother? That's right. Okay, go ahead.
And consulted against thy hated ones.
They came together against our people. Right? Come on, brother. Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Say what?
Come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
This is exactly why our people don't even know who we are today. They consulted against us with one consent. And did what? They took the name of Israel away from us, right? And put it on another people. So we don't even know who we are right now. We believe that we're blacks. We believe that we're Puerto Rican. We believe that we're Cuban, Guatemalan, right? Panamanian. All these different names that they gave us, right? Go ahead.
That the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance.
Because we're the Israelites. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
Meaning they all came together against us. Right, go ahead.
They have confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Who?
The tabernacles of Edom.
The so-called white man is the #1 perpetrator against our people. Right? That's what they're named first. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The who?
And the Ishmaelites.
So-called Arabs. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
The Chinese.
And the Agarenes.
Go ahead.
Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitation of Tyre.
A whole bunch of the Hamite nations, right? The Japanese, right? All these different nations came up against us. We were at our very lowest and brought us even lower than we ever thought we could ever be, right? Put us in chains and shackles, pin us against one another, right? Willie Lynch letter, right? All these different things were made and created to go against us and bring us down, right?
Go
ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
And this is exactly why we hate each other now. Hate on our people right now, killing one another. Right? Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom. And toward the remnant of his children.
This is exactly why our men leave our women. Right? This is exactly why our men leave our women, because we're under the curses, right? How much do you know about yourself, brother? You gotta come up, brother. I can't really hear you that well.
You just asked me that. That's why I was going to have a curse. Because if you let me do something, let your mouth be slow to say anything before the Lord. That's number one. But Deuteronomy 27:28 explains what's happening to us.
That's right.
Blessed be thee if you do as him. But if you don't do it, you know what it is.
That's right. So how do we get these curses off of us?
All duty of man is to fear God and keep the commandments.
That's right.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So the Most High is saying, or Moses is saying, what does the Most High require of our people, right? In these last days to come back to him, right? Go ahead.
But to fear the Most High thy power.
Do what?
To fear the Most High thy power. To walk in all his ways. And to love him.
Do what?
And to love him.
Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Because our people didn't want to serve the Most High with joyfulness and gladness of heart, right? We wanted to go after all these other gods and all these other nations, all their ideologies and philosophies, right? All their what's another word that I want to look for? all their practices, right? All their customs, the things that they wanted to do. We wanted to do those things as well, right? Go ahead.
There's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
You what?
Fear God.
You what?
Fear God.
Go ahead.
And keep his commandments.
Keep what?
And keep his commandments.
Go ahead.
For this is the whole duty of man.
So this is the whole purpose of us being here. Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and fearing the Most High. Because the Most High can take us out at any moment in time, right? You could be walking down the street, I'm trying to teach, etc., right? And guess what can happen? Get hit by a car, right? Anything can happen to anybody at any point in time. The Most High is powerful like that. We have to have fear in our hearts and minds for the Most High. Keep his commandments. It's very simple to do, right?
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
So this is a simple commandment that we should be able to keep, right? Go ahead.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you.
So getting like tattoos and stuff like that, that's off, right? That's going against the laws of the statutes and commandments. Go ahead.
I am the Lord.
That's it. 1917. Right? But there are commandments that we can follow that are very easy to do, right? As long as we do some of these commandments, you should already know that the commandments aren't hard. Just from reading like a simple part of the commandment, right? It's not even hard to understand. Go ahead. Or to keep. Go ahead. Go on, say 19. What? 17.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
So what?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
What was one of the curses that we named before, if you remember?
One of the curses.
Yeah. Something like this.
I can't remember. I mean, I knew it, but I don't know. Can't exactly relate what to the question.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
So we were gonna hate one another.
Okay.
Come up against one another. But the commandment said to do what? That again, commandment?
Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So we're not supposed to hate our brother in our heart, right? Hating your brother is telling him that you can go smoke weed and not even caring, right? Trying to, have sex with his woman, knowing that he's with his woman, right? Those things are wicked. That's showing hate towards your people, because his woman is his own possession. That's his woman. You're not supposed to be trying to lay with her, right? And vice versa. That would be hating him, right? So all these things we're not supposed to be doing. We're supposed to love one another, try to build one another up, right?
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Rebuke meaning harsh correction. We're supposed to correct one another when we go out, do things like that, even before we even, go out and do those things. Because if they're talking about it amongst one another, a good brother, somebody who loves his neighbor, right, his brother, will say, brother, that's wrong. You can't be trying to sleep with him. You know that's his woman. And if he loves him, he's gonna be like, you know what, you're right, man. I don't even know why I was thinking like that, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Biggest mercy I've ever read is in Hebrews 8 chapter, when the Lord said, I'm gonna make a new covenant with the house of Judah and the house of Israel after them days. I'm gonna put my laws in their mind and write them in their heart.
That's right. Yeah.
And they ain't gonna have to take each other to know the Lord, because all of them gonna know me from the least them to the greatest. So that's how we gonna be saved. Cause if I got to be saved from what you know what I'm saying? It ain't what I done to everybody, it's what I done to me. You see what I'm talking about? Seeing it in the flesh, all that. If you sow to the flesh, you shall to the flesh reap. You know what I'm talking about?
It starts in here.
Exactly.